It is very obvious at this point that similarly Fubara is doing all he can to make sure that the reconciliation, effort, works. Despite the fact that, Wiki, on the other hand, I do not think that he's 100% open, because the other day he said that he's withdrawing out of the reconciliation effort because there are some PDP governors that are doing all they can, to frustrate the reconciliation, just because those people refuse to withdraw the case that they have against the state of emergency in court. Anyway, guys, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, but you've been watching us, what did we do? Did we offend you? Please go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Give this video a massive thumbs up as well. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has urged his supporters, Rivers people and Nigerians, to appreciate President Bola Tinubu for his intervention in the Rivers crisis. Fubara, who was suspended by Tinubu after declaring a state of emergency, said he did not know how the president gets his information, but acted with wisdom and at the right time. The governor then assured his supporters that the suspended executive and legislature would soon be restored and urged them to embrace the peace deal and its process. Similarly, Fubara, the suspended governor of Rivers State, has called on his supporters, the people of Rivers and Nigerians at large, to thank President Bola Tinubu for his quick intervention to stop the oil-rich state from falling into anarchy as a result of a political crisis in the state. The suspended governor disclosed that the reconciliation and peace process was meant to restore all executive and legislative institutions and offices, which he said was already underway. He then assured that good governance and democracy would soon return to the state, adding that the two arms are already working together for the people's good. Newsroom Nigeria reported that the suspended governor made this known while speaking at a meeting of stakeholders and leaders of a group named Simplified Movement in Port Harcourt, the state's capital, on Thursday, May 29. The embattled governor also assured that he and others would soon return to office and urged his supporters and the people of the state to show an unreserved apology to the president. He commended Tinubu's bold action to stop the political crisis in the state. He then called on his supporters to subject themselves to peace so that the state can move forward. In a statement, it reads, "I don't know how he gets his information, but the truth is that he acted with wisdom at the right time. He is the one you should thank, and let me also thank him personally for his intervention and the personalities across the country who moved in and appealed to him to intervene." It's very obvious that, although we have been hearing rumors that Fubara is thinking of defecting to the All Progressive Congress, but also I think that, the story has changed, because a lot of people, during the rifts has said that, Fubara is not cautioning his supporters, especially from Wiki. I think Wiki also said that he's not cautioning his supporters, that it was Wiki who gave them the go-ahead, to bomb pipeline, because he had already said that, once he gave them the signal, once he gave them the go-ahead, that, they will start doing whatever is a plan they needed to do. And now I think he's starting to prove to them that, look at me, I'm trying to make this reconciliation work by cautioning my supporters, by telling them to calm down, by telling them to follow the peace path. Because according to Wiki, he said it's not enough that Fubara is trying to make peace. But when you are trying to make peace and your supporters, on the other hand, are trying to go to war, it doesn't correlate, it doesn't make sense, which is why he is now going to the extent of, telling them to thank Mr. President, for taking the swift action. Though some of these same supporters have condemned the president's actions, they have said that how could he have suspended a legitimately elected governor? There's one thing to declare a state of emergency. It's one thing to say that you're suspending, a sitting governor that was elected by his people. Moving on, recall that Governor Fubara and his estranged godfather, now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, have been engaged in a political rift barely 6 months after the former resumed office, leading to an unending crisis in the oil-rich state. There are claims that Governor Fubara, who was suspended by President Bola Tinubu over the unending crisis in the state and declared a state of emergency, has apologized to his estranged political godfather. Following the declaration of a state of emergency, President Tinubu announced the appointment of Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibaz as the state's sole administrator. However, the president's actions has been faulted and described as unconstitutional by opposition leaders. Wike, who was also the immediate past governor of Rivers, declared that Fubara remained his political godson and there was no war between them. Recall that Wike and Fubara have been at loggerheads barely 6 months after they later resumed office over the control of a state's political structure. Let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. We have a comment here from Lazarus who says, after months of siphoning River State oil funds and allocation with a so-called administrator, after creating chaos to Rivers people, you open your coward mouth to people to thank a dictator. Please withdraw that your stupid statement and apologize to the people of River State. You have to be a man and to be careful. I think that, how to know a strong man is a man that knows when to fight and also when to retreat. This might be the time that, Fubara just needed to retreat. He has to take back that position. If he is not smart about it, I don't think he would ever, be returned as a governor. I don't think he can ever be restated if he does not use sense. Now sense this life take. This life deserves sense. If you are not using your brain, sometimes you think that you are strong. You can be violent. You are strong. This one is not about strength. This one is not about strength. And I think that, like I said, you need to know when to retreat as a man, and you also need to know when to go to war. I think this is a time for Fubara to retreat and surrender. He has begged his godfather already, so why not? Why not just, fry the nerves and tell people to calm down? He even went as far as saying that people should thank Tinubu for taking the action Tinubu took for suspending him. The Rivers State people should thank Tinubu. It is well. But anyway, I just think that he's doing everything he can, to get back that position at this point. That's just it. Emmanuel says, finally, you don't bow. I thought you said your mind has left. I thought you said your mind, this person meant, your mind has left government house, that you would resign. Keep deceiving your beloved and innocent supporters. It's obvious that his mind is still there, because if his mind is not there, why would you be saying that people of Rivers State should thank Tinubu? Thank Tinubu for what? This just, screams desperation. That is it. Obang Jacob says, I thought as much, that this young man will be restored on June 12. Anthony says, Wike must be put to serious check if Rivers State must work again and move forward. Akinyele says, can I say Nigerian politicians just gamble? If you are going to APC, go and let the people know. Thanking the president for you is not our concern after we have condemned him before. Nigeria need a politician with genuine ideology who would understand the pains of the people. After you people have condemned the president, he wants you now to thank him. Thank you, sir. He wants you to apologize, to him. Now, Paul lastly says, the major problem in Nigerian politics is that so much power is rested in the president. Everybody, even governors, relinquish their fundamental authority to the president. Let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video.